The distress beacon came from Sector 7, a restricted zone where the Galactic Conservation Corps maintained their Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. Dr. Veena Kapoor responded within the hour, her veterinary shuttle cutting through the void with practiced efficiency. Human vessel, this is Station Keeper Zixthal, the insectoid alien's voice crackled through her calm, we need your expertise. Urgently. Veena had worked with the GCC for 3 years now, ever since humanity joined the Galactic Council. The aliens had been shocked to discover that humans, apex predators themselves, had dedicated entire professions to healing other creatures, even dangerous ones. Most species in the galaxy operated on simple logic: if it could kill you, you killed it first or stayed far away. The station appeared on her view screen, a sprawling facility that housed injured and endangered species from across the galaxy. As she docked, Veena noticed something unusual: the entire medical wing was dark except for emergency lighting. Zixthal met her at the airlock, all 6 of his arms trembling. Dr. Kapoor, thank the stars you're here. We have a Karvath. Veena's eyebrows rose. She'd read about Karvaths, massive predators from a death world called Krevenar, where gravity was twice Earth standard and the ecosystem was a nightmarish hierarchy of hunters. They were solitary, territorial, and possessed enough raw strength to tear through reinforced steel. There were only 300 left in the wild. What happened? She asked, grabbing her medical kit. Plasma burn. A poacher got close enough to wound it before our patrol scared them off. But Dr. Kapoor. Zixthal's mandibles clicked nervously. The creature is conscious. And in pain. Our entire medical staff refuses to enter the containment area. 3 of my best doctors had panic attacks just looking at it through the viewing window. They arrived at the containment wing, where a cluster of alien medics huddled together, their faces displaying various expressions of terror. Through the transparent aluminum viewing port, Veena saw the Karvath. It was magnificent. 4 meters tall even while lying down, its body covered in overlapping armor plates that shimmered with a purple-black iridescence. 6 powerful legs ended in razor-sharp claws, and its elongated head featured 3 rows of crystalline teeth designed for crushing bone. The plasma burn across its flank was severe, exposing tissue beneath the damaged plates. The creature's eyes, all 8 of them, tracked the aliens outside with obvious hostility. A low, subsonic growl made the walls vibrate. You see, whispered Thren, a blob-like Formian doctor. It will kill anyone who enters. Better to euthanize humanely from a distance. Absolutely not, Veena said firmly. She studied the Karvatha's body language, the way it kept its injured side away from the viewing window, how its breathing was rapid and shallow. It's terrified. In pain. Acting on defensive instinct. It's an apex predator, Zixthal protested. Top of the food chain on one of the most lethal planets in the galaxy. Veena smiled grimly. So am I. She began stripping off her jacket, revealing the lightweight exosuit underneath. The assembled aliens gasped as she checked her equipment: sedative injector, tissue regenerator, plasma burn treatment compounds. Dr. Kapoor, this is suicide. Thren gurgled. No, Veena replied, pulling up data on her wrist display. This is veterinary medicine. On Earth, we have creatures just as dangerous. Tigers, saltwater crocodiles, polar bears. I once treated a wounded elephant seal, 3 tons of aggressive male in breeding season. The key isn't to show fear. It's to understand their communication, respect their space, and let them know you're there to help. She approached the containment door. Zixthal, I need you to dim the lights by 50%. Bright light will stress it further. And pipe white noise through the speakers, something low frequency to mask our movements. You're actually going in there, a reptilian nurse hissed. I am. Veena paused at the door. And I need you all to watch. Because after today, you're going to learn how to do this yourselves. The door hissed open. The Karvatha's growl intensified immediately, and it tried to rise, but pain forced it back down. Vina moved slowly, deliberately, keeping her body language non-threatening. She didn't make direct eye contact, that would be a challenge in the creature's species. "Easy," she murmured, her voice low and steady. "I know you're scared. I know it hurts. But I'm here to help." The Carvatha's claws scraped against the floor, gouging metal. Every instinct screamed at it to attack, but the human wasn't advancing aggressively. Wasn't showing teeth. Wasn't making the high-pitched panic sounds the other aliens had made. Vina noticed a pattern in its growling, a rhythmic pulse that reminded her of pain vocalizations in Earth carnivores. She adjusted her approach, moving at an angle that wouldn't seem like a direct approach to a territorial predator. Outside, the alien medical staff watched in horrified fascination. "She's reading its body language," Zixthal whispered. Adjusting her approach based on its reactions. Vina reached a spot 3 meters from the Carvath and slowly sat down, making herself smaller, less threatening. She spoke continuously in that same calm tone, letting the creature get used to her presence. 5 minutes passed. Then 10. Gradually, the Carvatha's growling decreased. Its breathing slowed slightly. One of its 8 eyes closed, a sign of decreased threat assessment that Vina had read about in the species profile. She reached into her kit and withdrew the tissue regenerator, holding it where the creature could see it. "This will help," she said. "It'll stop the pain." Moving with glacial slowness, she edged closer. The Carvath tensed but didn't strike. Vina kept her movements predictable, telegraphing every action. When her hand finally touched the creature's armored side, far from the wound, she felt it shudder. But it didn't attack. Working with infinite patience, Vina cleaned the wound, applied regenerative compounds, and used the tissue regenerator to begin healing the deep burn. The Carvath made sounds of distress, but they were pain responses, not aggression. 40 minutes later, she emerged from the containment area, her suit spattered with the creature's ichor but otherwise unharmed. The Carvath was resting more comfortably, its breathing steady, the wound already beginning to heal. The assembled aliens stared at her in stunned silence. "How?" Friend finally managed. "How did you survive?" Vina cleaned her equipment methodically. "Because I didn't go in there treating it like a monster. I treated it like a patient. A scared, injured animal that needed help." She looked at each of them in turn. "That's what we do on Earth. We don't just care for animals that are safe or convenient. We care for the dangerous ones too. The predators. Because they're just as worthy of life and compassion as any other creature." Zixthal's mandibles clicked in what might have been awe. "Your species walks among apex predators and calls it veterinary medicine." "We do," Vina confirmed. "And now, you're going to learn. Because that Carvath needs follow-up treatments, and I won't always be available. So tomorrow, we start training. I'll teach you how to read threat displays, how to calm aggressive patients, how to work with creatures that could kill you with a single strike." She smiled at their terrified expressions. "Welcome to Earth-style veterinary medicine. Trust me, after you've treated your first Carvath, the rest of your job will seem easy." As she walked toward the decontamination chamber, Vina heard Zixthal murmur to the other doctors, "They truly are insane. But perhaps that's exactly what the galaxy needs." Behind them, through the viewing window, the Carvath slept peacefully for the first time since its injury, saved by a member of another apex predator species, one crazy enough to help.